Boom! This book right here, my favorite book of all time. Every entrepreneur needs to read this book. Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. I think that's how you say her name. I'm not really sure. But, man, this is a real big one. If you're afraid of big books, maybe keep this one off for a while. But I'll tell you, I read this book so fast. I read this book faster than any book I've ever read. It was so good. Everyone I've ever recommended to it loved it. They read it. Everyone says it's their favorite book. It's a total fiction book. But when you read it, you think, man, this might actually be true. It was written really well. It's an older book, and it's so famous. It's one of the most famous books of all time. If you're an entrepreneur, you got to have read this book. Maybe you won't even like it, but every entrepreneur has read this book. And one thing I think Ayn Rand wrote this book with a lot of anger in her heart, and it was written with a kind of a dark energy. You might have to take a shower after you're done reading it every day, but it's powerful and it's good, and you can tell she's a little bit angry, the author here of this book. But man, it just really is a good book. It's so good. I didn't want it to be over. I wanted to read it again, and I vowed to read this every 5 years for the rest of my life. It's just such a good book, and it's fun, and you're gonna love it. And if you're an entrepreneur, just forget about it, unless you're gonna read this book. See you soon.